Today we're going to be working on my 2020 CBR 650R that I got from the auction. I'm going to clean it up a little bit because it has a lot of auction dirt on it, and then we're going to actually try to get the bike started. I don't have the key to the ignition switch, so I'm either going to replace it or I'm going to try to find a locksmith to see if they'll make me a new key for it. Let's get to it. But first, try to move this bike out of the way. Oh snap, I finally got it in neutral. I could not get this thing in neutral previously. Win! That was easier than I thought it was gonna be. I could not get that thing in neutral. The CBR is already in neutral, so we're gonna move it. I need more. I'm used to this. This. All right, got most of the loose dirt off. We'll pull it back in and start taking some of this stuff apart. Now that we got the bike cleaned up, we can look and see all of the damage, or at least most of the surface level stuff. Of course, once you start peeling back layers, you'll find more stuff. But left clip on, damaged. The fairings are probably, arguably damaged all around. Damaged there. The fender is loose. There's a crack there. There's a scuff on the fork there. I think that'll be okay as long as it doesn't go all the way into the internal components. And since it's not leaking, it should be fine. Dust seal. This is loose, but again, the fork's not leaking. Should be fine. All of this component of the fairing kit is loose. Signal lights are a little crooked. We have a crack right up here on the top. I guess you could plastic weld that if you wanted to just ride with it as is. Another piece of the fairing flapping right here. Road rash, road rash. This side of the clip-on is also bent. I guess you can see it, kind of the angle, but I'm actually gonna roll with these levers. Brake lever looks good. This one does have a little bit of roll rash on it, but you might be able to just put a little bit of touch-up paint on that. It'll be fine. Both of them functionally seem to be okay. You can see the other end of the clip-on right there. Completely gone. The Akrapovic exhaust does have a little scuff there on the tip. It doesn't matter, you could do that in a parking lot, just dropping the bike or rubbing up against it. The rear brake lever, completely twisted. I think the rear set is okay. Just have to take this off and get another one of these. Passenger foot peg has some scrapes on it. The GB Racing engine covers, they did their job, scratched up. I guess you could just replace that one, but more likely you're gonna get them as a set. The fairing, completely messed up. It's broken off here at the back. So all this is just gonna have to come off anyway. The wheels look good. There is some debris still stuck in the wheels. Let's see. Yeah, like down here. But the tire pressures on the front, I checked, was 33. So the tire pressures are good. The beads aren't broken. This whole rear end setup, this aftermarket tail tidy kit is just destroyed. Gonna have to just take all of that off. I don't think the structure back here is damaged, but it seems like the person that was riding this bike may have gotten rear-ended and it knocked him off the bike, causing a low side. I don't know, that's my thought, but you would think the rear end would be damaged. The rear end for the most part looks to be okay. Coming to this side, most of this stuff looks to be okay. Still got some grass down in there in the fairing kit. Got some road rash right here. And coming to the infotainment area with the screen, there's some looseness in here, so probably some broken tabs or something. So not too bad, mostly cosmetic. We're gonna get the fairings off at some point, but the ignition switch is what we need to get this bike started, because this one key goes to the ignition, gas tank, and also the rear passenger, the rear lock. So that one key controls everything. So ideally I would get the key to replace, or a new key for this that can controls all three, versus getting a whole new set of all of these. All right, so to get the ignition switch off, I got to take the upper triple off just to have clearance to do this. So for to do that, I got to take this quad lock off. Huh. That's actually really clever how they do that. Woo! Wait a minute. Oh, come on. All right, cool. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't see this part of the triple being connected to the ignition. Because sometimes like the ignition switch is connected to the triple, and you got to take all of it out just to get the ignition switch out for like security reasons. But there's a gap here, so I don't see them being connected. So I'm gonna leave this alone actually, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this fairing piece off and see if I can get to this. Clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, Honda. Y'all got clever with that. It's separate, but the security screws come so much faster. Dusty. Before I go any further messing with this, I'm gonna disconnect this battery. Oh Lord, needs a little bit of persuasion. No, not really, just didn't like that screwdriver. Just take that off. Put that over there somewhere. Just put that back. This is the ignition switch. What you're looking at are security screws, obviously to make it harder for you to get this out in case you're a thief trying to steal somebody's bike. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drill these out, and we're gonna use a left-handed drill bit to try to back this screw out. I've already started drilling on this side. Just gonna drill in there, and hopefully we can back it out, and then this will be free, and then we can disconnect the electrical side of this, which makes the ignition work. Shame on you, Honda, for making this secure and making thieves have to work for this, even though I'm not a thief. Plan B. Oh, son of a... Oh, son of a... Ain't gonna lie to you, I thought I was being smart when I did that. Didn't help at all. I don't think this is gonna come out. It's the biggest one I got. Out of curiosity, I'm gonna see if I can get this off this method the first time, because when I did it on this side, I already drilled out the center. So when I did that, the bolt really didn't have anything to hold on to, so it just snapped. But the center's still there, so we're gonna see if I can get it off. Damn. All right, change of plans. I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody to make me a key off of the gas cap. It's preferred to do the ignition, which is why I wanted to get this one off. But because even if I can't get a key made, I still got to get this off to get a new one. So we're gonna try to see if we can get one made with this. Okay, this should be easy. Why is... challenge today. I got halfway to take this gas cap off thinking, oh yeah, I just took the gas cap off to get the key made from the gas cap. But you can't get the gas cap off because the gas cap is locked and those little teeth, they spread, which holds the gas cap closed. So you need the key to get the gas cap out. I realize now I'm gonna need another plan for this, because that bolt that's holding the ignition switch, I thought that bolt just went like not too far down. That bolt goes from here all the way down into there. That's a very long bolt, so more than likely I wasn't grabbing anything and I just couldn't get enough grip on it because that bolt's so long. So I'm gonna need another plan. Okay, what you're looking at now is the ignition system for the CBR. So these are the bolts that we were drilling into, and this is the one I knocked the head off of, but you can see it goes through that top bracket, which is pretty shallow. Then it goes through the ignition switch right there, and then it goes through another bracket that then goes through what appears to be the frame. I don't know if that's lower triple or the frame. So because of that, when I was trying to use the left-hand drill bit, I wasn't actually hitting the threads. I probably made it this far, so it just wasn't gonna work. So I'm thinking is, if I can get the head off of this one, maybe I can lift the ignition switch off of the bolts because these parts aren't threaded, and then deal with this part of this at a separate time.
Granddad, I'm tired of drilling holes. Ooh, that's too damn bad.
So the idea here is that I'm turning these into studs. And if I turn it into a stud, being that there's no threads at the top, I should be able to just lift, because the ignition's like right here. Should be able to just lift it up. And it should just come off. I'm gonna see if I can break some more of this tension up on this bolt head so it'll come off. Oh snap. Oh snap. It's turning. It's turning. Oh snap. Oh my goodness. It's freaking turning. It's little, but it's getting done. Stroke, baby, stroke. Let's go. Oh, this might freaking work. Okay, I need a better screwdriver. Nope, you know what? Nope, nope. The little one started it. The little one's gonna finish. You gonna finish. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Oh. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Yes. Yes. Let's go. You saved me, little Harbor Freight screwdriver. Your little size doesn't matter. It's about how you did it. You got it done. Oh, crap. Yeah, I didn't go as far as I wanted for that, but you can see there's no threads there, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this and figure out how we're gonna get this out of here. Go. All right, so there's one electrical piece for the ignition switch. It's got a red tab on it. I'm guessing you pull this out. Yep, that's exactly what you do. Pull this tab out and it slides up. Booyah, baby, let's go. We feed this through. This bracket is supposed to come out, but that piece of the stud is still there. Here we go. Okay, here we go. It's just a puzzle. It's just a puzzle. Just a puzzle. Just a puzzle. I think we got it. Just a puzzle. Got it. Yes, go, baby. And here's the ignition switch. So, actually, I'm satisfied with this because we made it out without too much damage. If any damage at all. Water. All right, we're gonna take this to the locksmith and see if they can make us another key. All right, if I had to do this again, I would just put 2 notches in the bolt head and use it as a flat head and just twist it out. The problem is, on older CBR models, there is no neck on this bolt. It is essentially threads. But on this year's CBR model, there's a neck on here and a left-hand drill bit. You can't grab onto the threads to back it out. So I tried to do this on the first one with the notches in the head, but that was after I hollowed the bolt out, which means that the head had nothing to hold on to, so it snapped off. So it's a lesson learned, but yeah, we're moving forward. There we go. It's a shim. Okay. Huh. Yeah. All right then. Okay. It's been a couple days since I took the ignition off of the CBR 650. I have not been able to get a key made for this bike, and it is currently at Locksmith number 4. I called Honda headquarters to see if I can get the key code for the bike. They could not give it to me. I went to my Honda dealer. They could not give it to me, even though this bike was purchased from that dealer. They cannot look it up based off of the VIN number. And they said if you have to, you can cut the gas cap out like they did at some point in time. So the problem is when you get new motorcycles like this, they come with key codes, and you use those codes kind of like passwords to get keys made so nobody can randomly just get a key made for your bike. CBRs do use something called the HIS system, which is like an extra layer of security where the key has to be chipped and programmed to the ECM, but on the American versions, we don't have to do that. Unfortunately, because bikes are stolen in America, but they aren't stolen like they are in Europe and other countries. So because of that, it's been a challenge to get this key made, but worst case scenario, I have to spend $250 to get a new ignition, a new rear lock, which I also took off, and also a new gas cap, and just drill out the gas cap. And best case scenario is the locksmith who is trying to reverse engineer the lock, he will be able to do so, and I'll be able to have a key made for this bike. So I've already started disassembling more of the bike, so let's go ahead and jump to the next episode. You can click right here and head over there and see that process, but we will get this bike started, just not right now. But as always, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.